Failure can be our best teacher. While these experiences are often the most challenging, they give us the grit and scar tissue to tell stories about what we've learned, pick ourselves back up, and keep going. I'm going to walk you through some of my biggest failures and the invaluable lessons that each taught me. Roll the intro. Hey there, my name is Jason Shafton, and I'm the founder of Winston Francois, a growth consulting firm. Welcome to another video where I growth explain, give you the unvarnished truth, and help you become a better marketer and leader. And now, a pithy quote about failure from Albert Einstein. Failure is success in progress. So let's make some progress. Failure is not an option when you are going to outer space. When you fail there, you die. But when you fail in startups, you learn. Even if your startup dies, you get to learn from it and start up again. Here are some of my top failures and the hard lessons I learned. Lesson number 1, understand your customers. In my first startup, Heal, we failed when we tried to go direct to consumer. First, the unit economics were never going to work to market to individuals. And second, and more importantly, that is not how people get healthcare. They ask their friends or family for a recommendation, and more often, go through their employer or their insurance company to see what benefits they have available. Our failure, we had hubris thinking that we could change the way healthcare was purchased, and we didn't truly understand what our customers' path to purchase looked like. We made costly assumptions, and we were wrong. But we pivoted and found a way to insert ourselves into that process by working directly with employers and insurance companies, and found a path that was profitable. It was that shift from direct to consumer, or D2C marketing, to business to consumer, or B2B2C marketing, that ended up being the winning channel strategy. Working with big companies with lots of employees who wanted to give differentiated benefits, and big insurance companies with millions of members was the path to bringing Heal to the greatest number of people possible. And isn't that the point? You didn't start a technology company to help just a few people, right? You're trying to get a lot of people to use your solution to a real problem that they have. Lesson number 2, calibrate to the moment. At 29, I left Google and got a vice president job at a large media company. I came in and everybody told me, wow, we're so glad you're here. You worked at Google. You must know everything. The truth was, I didn't go in and play the role I was cast to play. I wanted to do things that you can do at a tech company that you just can't do at a large media company. And they didn't love that. But rather than saying that the organization failed me, I would say that I failed it. I pivoted my career because I thought I could do anything. Again, hubris, ego, and arrogance. I learned so much about myself and about what businesses I was excited to be a part of during that time. I also learned that as a leader, no matter what kind of business you're trying to grow, if you don't calibrate yourself to the moment that you're in and to the people in the organization you're a part of, you won't succeed. Here's a funny anecdote. On the 91st day of my employment, an executive coach that worked at the company came into my office and put a book on my desk called The First 90 Days and said, "You should read this." Needless to say, I failed by not operating with a learner's mindset in those first 90 days. And while I went on to spend many more days in that role, I failed to be the leader and operator I wanted to be. But rather than giving up, I kept going. I found my way back to tech and built my first venture-backed startup. And now, our last and final thought about failure. Grit. You have to keep going. I've launched more campaigns and products that don't work than campaigns and products that have. And that's how I got to the ones that did. And so the idea that you're supposed to win every time in any kind of business is crazy. The thing that I love about founders is that there's this insanely optimistic persona you have to embody, because you have to fail over and over again. You have to pitch venture capitalists and not get the money. You have to launch a product that nobody cares about. You have to launch a campaign that doesn't work. You have to go to market with a thing that you have to tell everybody is the best thing since sliced bread, and you know all the stuff that's wrong with it. And you show up the next day and you do it all over again. The growth side of that is just saying we're going to fail again and again, and then sometimes we're going to succeed. And those successes are going to be so big, just like venture investments, that they're going to pay for all of the other failures. They're going to cover the costs, they're going to cover the time and resources, the blood, sweat, and tears that we all spent to get to that success. Every single company, brand, and product that you know and love is the product of thousands of failures. But they got to the one thing that worked. We rarely see a company's first version or their prototype. We only see the finished product. Slack started out as an internal tool for an online game. When that gaming product failed, they made the decision to pivot to a communications tool, which they eventually sold to Salesforce for nearly $30 billion. The reality is our failures give us the experience and the muscle memory to know what not to do and what we've already tried, so that we can do the things that just might work. Well, that was a lot of ups and downs, but I hope it helped. Not only can we learn from our failures, we can crowdsource those learnings and expedite our growth. A quick review of my top 3 lessons. Find channel product fit, give up your ego and learn, and just keep going. Want to hear about more failures and get content delivered to your inbox? Sign up for my newsletter at wf.team/subscribe. Hit subscribe so you never miss a video. Thanks for watching. Go grow. You got this.